Yo, it's Mac from the Everyday Nobody's podcast. I know you see a title, so let's get straight to it. Joe Budden is a duck. He really out here ducking the smoke. First things first, you got to pardon me, okay? You know I like to put in clips. I love to give context to everything I do, but the episode that I'm referencing is a Patreon episode. Joe ain't having it. He gonna copyright claim anything you do from his Patreon, even the audio, so I'm not going down that path, period. The episode in question is called The Super Closer. It's featuring Joy Taylor. Me personally, I hate whenever Joe Budden has guests on his podcast because it's usually just not that entertaining. But this was actually good. Joy Taylor, she's good. But I do feel like there's a lot left to be desired, especially when you have somebody like Joe making it seem like he's about to ask the hardest hitting questions. He starts the episode off by saying, hey, I was surprised you showed up, Joy, because a lot of people think we're controversial. And Mark is like, yeah, it's not even that they think we're controversial. It's just we get you so comfortable that you end up saying things that could lead to controversy. They said all that, and the elephant in the room was never addressed. Now, maybe it's just me. I don't give a f*** who wants to date Joy Taylor. I don't care what it takes to date Joy Taylor. I don't care how she feels about religious men. I don't care how she feels about incel. I came here for one thing. I want to know about that FS1 lawsuit. That's what I'm here for. Now, unless you're living on a rock, we all know what happened with FS1. We still don't know the outcome. I don't think of any of that. I haven't heard anything, but we all know that Skip Bayless, one of the biggest analysts of all time, he ends up losing his job. This allegation comes out, and there's a few important people that were named. One was Joy Taylor. One was Skip Bayless. And then Shannon Sharpe, he had a part that he played in it too. Now, I'm not saying that Skip Bayless is gone. I am going to say I haven't seen him personally since this whole thing went down. And you can't tell me that you have Joy Taylor on the show and you don't even think to ask what happened or where's the standing. Like, nobody wanted to know. I'm the only one, huh? The situation ended up being so tame that even Melissa Ford, the person who is literally there to protect women's interest, had to ask, hey, you don't think it was odd that we didn't ask anything about this lawsuit? Like, that was huge. Joy Taylor was a part of one of the biggest lawsuits, like, on the internet at that time. So it's like, when Melissa Ford has to be the voice of reason for content, it's bad. And then Joe basically responded. He got defensive first off, and he was like, that's not the type of platform we are. You can say that for your Vlad TVs or your Shannon Sharps to get to those type of questions. But he's like, I wouldn't even ask my friend to hop in our car and get on the freeway if I was going to ask that type of question. I hated that answer. All right, now let's have the honest conversation. I'm not super mad that Joe is protecting his relationships. I get it. You build rapport. It keeps repeat business coming through. I understand that. I understand Joe Budden, he has a podcast. It's not an interview platform. I get that. But you can't tell me that in the back of your mind, you didn't wish, dang, I wish Vlad would have had this. Or I wish Shannon Sharpe would have had Joy on, because they about to get down to the nitty gritty. There was no way in hell that Shannon Sharpe or Vlad TV was going to let that moment pass without asking. And Shannon Sharpe is going through his own stuff, and he still would have asked the question like, hey, what's going on at FS1? Because he played a part in that too. I can already see it now. Joy Taylor on Vlad TV. She's sitting on the couch. Vlad would start, hey, how's it going, Joy Taylor? This is Vlad from Vlad TV. And then he would get into, hey, what was it like for you as a kid? Were you a good kid? Did you get in trouble? And then he would say, oh, what were your parents like? He may ask about her brother. Hey, your brother, he was a Pro Bowler or whatever. He played really good. And what about that FS1 lawsuit? Like that's Vlad's, that's his script for every interview, every first interview. He's going to start from the very beginning, and then let's get to the messiness. Let's get straight to it. And that's what I appreciate about Vlad. No matter what y'all think. Y'all may think it's insensitive. You may think it's messy, but that would have been way more entertaining than finding out, oh, she doesn't like men who are religious. She doesn't want to date them. Like, I don't care about that shit. Vlad is going to find 7 different ways to ask you the same thing to get what he's looking for, and then he'll finally give up. But I know for sure, for a fact, 1,000%, Vlad was going to ask that question. And I know what most people are going to say. Hey, this is insensitive. This is messy. Honestly, I wouldn't even care if Joy actually answered the question or not. I would just love the attempt. That would be must-see TV. It would be way better than who Joy Taylor wants to date. I'm sorry, I just don't care. You can say what you want. Vlad being able to get information out of people is a skill that shows that he knows what he's doing when he's interviewing. And there's a way to do that without being distasteful. And how do I know that? Joy Taylor went on Breakfast Club a few days later. Charlemagne, Envy. They asked exactly what we were looking for. They did it so tasteful that, yeah, it kind of stumbled Joy a little bit, but they still got it off. And it wasn't crazy. She wasn't ready to flip the tables over. Like, it was a good conversation. So it's clear that this could have been done. I just wish Joe Budden would have actually done it.
You see women in sports, especially what you're doing. Do you feel like people diminish how you got there? Like looking at your Wikipedia and your accomplishments and seeing the process that you went through.
Looking at Wikipedia done got you in trouble.
That's why I didn't say what it was.
Oh, okay.
But when you look at the accolades that you've accomplished and how you got to where you are, do you feel like people don't see that part of it and they just see where you are now and does that bother you at all?
I don't care. No.
Is it hard not to address?
No. No. I've never felt compelled to litigate that. Mm-hmm. Genuinely.
Did you feel betrayed at all when everything happened?
I have felt a lot of different emotions. I think it's a grief process when something like anything like that happens.
Yeah.
I'll say I've been through a lot of traumatic things in my life. A lot. And I think anytime you go through a trauma or, grieving period of something, you can't decide who you are when it's happening.
Yeah.
And that's been the biggest thing for me is I'm like an extremist. It's this or that. I'm working on it, but it's this or that. And I know years from now, I'll look back and I will feel differently than how I feel right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying.
Has your contract with Fox Sports 1 been renewed yet?
We are in the process of things right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
One thing I love about you, Joe, you did not shrink when she got hot. Mm-hmm. Was that intentional? You like, I cannot let them see me sweat or shrink right now.
Yes, it was intentional to show up as I did. I'm not an unintentional person, particularly when it comes to what people see from me publicly. But when you know yourself, it's easier to continue to show up as you are. Mm-hmm. And there's always going to be things that happen in life, that happen in this business, that happen when you're a front-facing person. And when you get into the business, that is the risk we take of putting ourselves in front of the camera, of putting yourself out there, that things at some point might not be the best for you. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I mean, what's meant for me is still coming. Mm-hmm. So I won't say that there were not dark times, but I'm very blessed to have an amazing family. And
would you have rather heard a bunch of conversation about her dating life, or would you have wanted to know where the hell is Skip Bayless? What happened with the FS1 lawsuit? Where's the makeup artist? That's just me. But what do I know? I'm just everyday nobody. Tell me what you think in the comments. Like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.